Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon and welcome. Welcome to the next milestone event of Nokia. We are here to launch another new product from the stable of Nokia, and we will spend the rest of the afternoon telling you a little bit about this. But before we talk about today, I just wanted to spend a few minutes on what has happened over the last 8 months. So it's been 8 months since HMD Global has come into existence. And in these 8 months, we have created new strategic partnerships. We have built assets. We have launched 4 feature phones and 3 smartphones. This is the lineup that we've launched so far, and we are today here going to launch our 4th smartphone. So thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you very much for the response. The response that has been overwhelming and humbling for us at HMD Global. The response from the consumers to these 7 devices has been absolutely fantastic. We have got positive responses on account of the pure Android strategy that we are pursuing, on the design and craftsmanship on the phone. We have also got a fantastic response from the millennial consumer on the Nokia 3310, which has really re-energized the industry and brought Nokia to the forefront in terms of awareness amongst the consumers. So a big thank you to the entire community, and thank you for joining us this afternoon. So there are a few things that we said that we'd be doing over the last, 3 to 6 months. Last time we were here, I had said that there were these assets that we were going to develop. The first asset was our distribution system. So we said that we were building our distribution to about 400, 450 distributors. We would cover 80,000 outlets through those exclusive distributors. And I'm very happy to say that we actually achieved that. We have over 450 distributors exclusively driving our distribution to the offline channel, covering over 90,000 stores today. So that is an amazing achievement, and I really want to thank the team and the ecosystem for their support. The next is the manufacturing. If you remember, I had said that every phone sold in India would be manufactured in India. And ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure to say that that is exactly what we are doing. Every single phone that we sell in India is made in India, and we have ramped up our manufacturing capability over the last 6 to 8 months with the help of our partners in Foxconn to deliver the goods. Last but not the least, by far the least, the Nokia Care. So as you know, Nokia was a pioneer when it came to after-sales service. We really set the standard when it came to Nokia Care 8 to 10 years ago. So there is no way that we would ship even one product till we get the mobile care infrastructure in place. Today, we have presence in over 300 towns with our Nokia mobile care centers. We have presence online through web chat, through email, and we also have an app called Support, which is there embedded in our devices for the consumer to go to in case there are any problems with the product. And if they are not able to solve it, then it also gives directions to the nearest Nokia Care Center. So these were the 3 promises that we said that we would get in place before we would launch. And it gives me immense pleasure to say that we have actually achieved it. So I would like to thank everybody, and I think give a big applause to all the people who were involved in this. Thank you. So I had mentioned HMD Global as being an asset-light company that is built on partnerships. We have built a number of strategic partnerships. Some of the partners are here. Larry from Qualcomm is here. We have built strategic partnerships with Qualcomm. And we have built a strategic partnership with a company that is a leader in imaging and in optics, Zeiss. Zeiss is an old friend of Nokia. And today, we will be unveiling the first product that comes with Carl Zeiss technology. We have shipped millions of devices so far until now, and here on the devices that we ship will include Carl Zeiss. We have a few other partners that we've worked with. And these partners are partners that have helped us over the last 3 months. As you know, we had launched Nokia 6 with an exclusive partnership with Amazon. And that too has worked out brilliantly. I would personally like to thank Amazon also for their support over the last 3 months, for taking Nokia 6 to every single corner of this country. And why should I spend even a few minutes on this? I think this video that you'll see next pretty much encapsulates what I'm talking about. Can we run the video, please?
Exclusive.
I'd like to welcome Pranav on stage to tell you a little more about what we have for you today. Pranav.
Thank you, Ajay. Thank you so much. And thank you, everyone. Good afternoon, and thank you for being here with us today on yet another special day. Now, at HMD, we always start with the consumer. And we always start with the purpose. In everything that we do, we remain true to who we are as product makers, and we remain true to the Nokia brand. I'm here today to talk to you about our first Nokia Android flagship device, the Nokia 8. The Nokia 8, as with the other smartphones that you have seen from us at HMD Global, will stay true to the three pillars that we stand for. Number one, we deliver in real life. This means that we pay attention to the little details that matter, that we take no shortcuts, and then the magic is in the way that we integrate our technologies. Number two, we will further our design vision and our leadership in materials and manufacturing technologies. And number three, pure, secure, and up-to-date, our unique take on Android. If I stay on this third pillar for a little bit, pure to our consumers means performance and ease of use. Really important attributes when it comes to a smartphone experience, right? Secure means that you can trust your Nokia. And on that note, I'm very proud to share with you that the Nokia 5 and the Nokia 6 are already running the September security patch, and it's coming soon to the Nokia 3 during this week. And the up-to-date means that probably your quickest way to get onto Android Oreo is if you buy a Nokia right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we intend to remain true to our promise of pure, secure, and up-to-date. Now let's switch gears and talk about a topic which is really close to my heart, and that's design. At HMD, we really obsess over how we make our products. We set a high standard for ourselves. We demand more from ourselves, from our materials, and from our products. We put our products through grueling manufacturing processes to make sure that they actually deliver on what we want to stand for. We have a unique design language, which is very true to our Scandinavian roots, where materials leadership is at the center of every single thing that we do. We deliver simple, pure forms that evoke emotions. And with the Nokia 8, we have really obsessed about how we make this product, and we've put the product through 40 stages of manufacturing. And a single device can actually take as much as 20 hours to make. That's the amount of detail that goes into a Nokia 8, the way it's being made. And what I have here, I just want to show this to you, is if you see this here is a copper pipe that actually runs from the top to the bottom of the device. And it plays such a crucial role in keeping the phone cool, because it evenly dissipates the heat across the body of the phone while your phone is busy doing advanced computing. And this copper pipe is inside the Nokia 8. I'd like you to hear more about our Nokia design and the Nokia 8 design specifically from our design leads, Ali and Ron. Can we play the video, please?
This takes Android smartphones to a whole new level, yet it excels in everyday life. The Nokia 8's mission challenged us to deliver you consistent performance in the most demanding usage.
With dual-site live streaming, it turns into a completely new creative tool. There's two sides to every story, and now you can stream both live. The real story, however, isn't shown on the outside. Every powerful computer generates heat, but our bespoke heat pipe and graphite shield dissipates the heat across the body of the phone.
So get creative. Nokia 8 keeps it cool, literally. Our antenna innovation conserves battery power and keeps you connected when others drop. And the removal of antenna lines leaves a beautiful, pure read on the back of your phone.
We're driving for the ultimate slimness. Our dual camera has Zeiss Optics and no bump. A phone just 4.6mm thin at the edge and 7.3 on average. For us, slim never means weak. Instead, your Nokia is built to last. The mastery of materials is embedded in our Nokia heritage. The body is CNC milled with constantly variable radius curvature, an incredibly strong seamless aluminium unibody. This leaves a beautiful organic form that nestles in the hand. We also polished the Nokia 8 10 times into a flawless mirror finish, and the result is a uniquely luxurious marriage of function and form. This is the Nokia philosophy. We design for all, we design for you.
Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I have in my hand is the Nokia 8, our first Nokia Android flagship. This is beautifully crafted technology that is designed to perform and designed to belong in your hand. We've really taken our design philosophy to the absolute next level with this device. And as Ron was saying in the video, this device is anodized 4 times and is polished no less than 10 times. That is the Nokia 8. This is a truly distinctly European design, and it comes from our Scandinavian roots. Now, the Nokia 8 delivers 3 firsts in the world of Android smartphones, which have never before been seen. The first is, as Ajay was mentioning, Zeiss Optics. So the Nokia 8 is our first device and our first smartphone as HMD Global to feature the Zeiss imaging solution. It has a dual camera setup, which has been co-engineered together with Zeiss to deliver an optimized imaging experience in a super slim setup. We've really taken this device to the absolute next level when it comes to imaging, and all the 3 cameras, so the 2 cameras in the rear and the camera at the front, are Zeiss certified. Now, as you would agree with me, when it comes to capturing your memories, the visual is one aspect of it. Equally important is the audio experience around it. And I'm really proud to also announce that we have another industry-leading technology to complete the truly immersive experience that you would have in capturing your memories or telling your stories, and that is the Nokia OZO audio. The Nokia 8, as I said, is the first device, the first smartphone to feature the Nokia OZO audio solution. And this is something that we have brought to you from the hands of Hollywood producers straight into the palm of your hands, because Nokia has always stood for democratization of technology. And I can see the excitement in the room, and that brings me to my third first, which is dual sight, or as we very proudly call it, Bothie. Now, all of us are storytellers at some level. We all want to share our lives with those who matter to us, or sometimes with the entire world. And with the Nokia 8, we wanted to deliver to you the most immersive storytelling experience so that you could share your world, you could share your lives with those who matter to you. And the Nokia 8 actually enables that by simultaneously firing up the front and the rear camera content, and with a seamless one-click access from your camera UI, directly broadcasting to Facebook Live or to YouTube. As you might imagine, it was no mean engineering feat to integrate this technology into a device like the Nokia 8. And it required a huge amount of engineering, not just at a software and a hardware front, but also it took about 4,000 hours of testing and qualification for our engineers, together with our partners at Qualcomm, Facebook, and YouTube. Now, as I mentioned, there are two sides to every story. This is true also for product making. On one side are people like me who define the experiences that make our product. The other side is what keeps us honest when we're doing this, our consumer. At this point, I'd like to invite on stage Jyotsna Makkar, our head of marketing in India, to talk us through the consumer insight behind this innovation. Over to you, Jyotsna. Sorry.
Pranav is indeed right, ladies and gentlemen. Each one of us here is a storyteller. And when we look at ourselves as storytellers, we all realize that we've always had the ability to capture our own most personal, most powerful stories. We've always had that ability. In order to be able to share those ideas and those moments that move us and inspire us and define us, that's what we do with our storytelling. We capture those stories and then we've shared them. We've always shared them. Think about sharing the way it happened on the walls of caves several thousand years ago. Think about the sharing of stories that happens when a community is huddled around a campfire. And think of the sharing that today happens on social media walls. Millennials in particular are really fundamentally interested and love documenting and sharing the story of their lives. It is this set of consumers that is constantly spending time on social media, upwards of 2 hours in a day, documenting, creating, consuming content, being influenced by stories, and in turn putting out their own stories to influence, to drive change, and to inspire. This set of consumers definitely needs the ability to be able to create and share their own stories out there. We all know that this is, in fact, the demographic that is democratizing broadcast today. And therefore, when you look at the fact that these consumers need the ability to create and share content, the question we have to ask ourselves is, does that ability exist today? And as storytellers, when you ask yourself, of my most powerful stories, my most personal stories, are they even really is it really just one side of a story? Is it both sides of a story? I want to, in fact, share this example. This is the picture of my 18-year-old several years ago when he performed at his first musical concert. Now, as you can see, I was definitely able back then to capture how his little fingers played musical chords for the first time. But what I wasn't able to capture then is the evident pride and joy that I felt in being able to witness my own little baby Eric Clapton. And so consider this, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine the power of being able to not just capture your baby's first steps, but in fact being able to share the multitude of emotions you feel as you witness that momentous moment. Imagine the excitement of being able to attend an adrenaline-packed rock concert with your friends, but to also be able to share the excitement that you felt along with your friends. Imagine the power of a piece of creative, or imagine the power of a film where you get to see the creativity of the filmmaker not just on the front of the camera, but what's happening actually behind the camera. Or simply imagine the power of being able to witness and capture not just your 80-year-old dad cutting his birthday cake, but in fact being able to share the reactions of his family and friends who are cheering him on for his 81st. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to being able to share both sides of a story, to be able to create and share both sides of a story, and that's the Bothie that Pranav spoke about. Can we share the film, please?
Selfie, be more Bothie. New Nokia 8 with dual-sight camera mode on Android.
So there you have it. it, this is how we've put our consumer at the heart of our proposition building. And now I want to invite Pranav back on stage to tell us about what lies at the heart of the Nokia 8.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you so much. So this beautiful device that I hold in my hand is home to one of, if not the most powerful Android smartphone experiences ever created. And the beating heart, as Joe very nicely put it, of this device is the industry-leading Qualcomm Snapdragon 835 mobile platform. Now, we have spent huge hours of effort together with our partners at Qualcomm to derive maximum out of this chipset to deliver some of these industry firsts that we just spoke about. It gives me immense pleasure at this point to invite on stage Larry Paulson from Qualcomm India to talk more about this strategic partnership. Welcome, Larry.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm particularly pleased to be here today, and the excitement that Ajay and the HMD team, I think, exuberates and tells the story very, very well. And I like that concept that we're all storytellers. I think we are in our daily life, need to be a storyteller. So I'm going to try to be very brief here, but just talk to you just for just a few minutes on the Qualcomm 835 and what it is, how it is enabling or helping to enable this device. Basically, our 800 series, if you know Qualcomm from a roadmap perspective, we build a segmented portfolio of Snapdragon 200, 400, 600, 800. And just as the numbering scheme says, they all produce a different set of features and functionality. What's most important about our 800 series, obviously the top of the line series, is it provides us the platform for continuous invention. It is a sequential product that we try to come out on an annual type basis to meet the cadence of the market. But that platform then allows us over time to take those features further down the road. And so the 800 series is actually at the heart and soul of what we do, and as they refer, the heart behind the Nokia 8. So I'll pull out three things here. I have to say, I've lived in India for coming up on a year now, and one of the first pleasures I had was walking through the mall in the airport and hearing that lovely ring again, okay, and that sound in a 2017 version. Because when I think of Nokia, I think this word pure matches extremely well. It has always been part of the DNA of the design and the DNA of the brand, and so to see it applied, we enable that. So our role in all of this is just simply to provide the technology that allows partners like HMD and Nokia to put products together. They provide us a set of requirements. Think about the cycle of them making this product. Think about the cycle of us making this piece of silicon. And so the time that we need to be able to predict on what this needs to do is a little while ago. And so it takes a lot of brain power from the organizations combined. We can't sit in Qualcomm and say, here's what we're going to deliver. We have to listen and say, okay, this is what's needed to be delivered, and exactly what we do from a process perspective. So on the design, what we know is that you do not want to be encumbered with a large device. And so we have to continue to push and push. Putting 1 billion transistors onto a 10 nanometer piece of silicon is not an easy task. And so the 10 nanometer is about 35% smaller as a little physical piece of equipment. Remember, it does take a piece of hardware to deliver all that software. It's about 35% smaller in form, fit, function than the device that preceded it. And the net result of that, 35% smaller, is better thermal management, better power management. It allows designs to be thinner and more powerful. Power. Okay, without question, you can run consumer surveys till you're blue in the face. At the top of the chart for every one of us, every one of you have a power pack sitting somewhere in your bag today, is power management. And so there's two ways to address that. One is obviously the technology that I talked about in terms of improving design, enhancing performance. Second way to address that, obviously, is in getting that power into the device. So the Quick Charge 3.0 is significantly faster than the predecessor there. Again, this continuous improvement, and it will provide a full day charge in only about 30 minutes. And so obviously we're trying to enable that. And then lastly is just this enjoyment. It was great, the presentation on Bothie. Actually, if you stop and take a pause for a second, every now and then something comes along and you go, why hasn't that happened sooner, right? And there's been front cameras, there's been back cameras for a number of years now. There's been dual front cameras, dual back cameras. There's been pixel wars. But actually, putting this together in a consumer-friendly, highly usable application is astounding. And we play a role in that, and the HMD people actually deserve the credit on the completion of that. But our dual sight technology allows that front back and allows that dual camera. I don't think any of us 5 or 6 years ago realized how critical camera tuning and camera technology would be in putting a product together. But without question, it is the number one of the top or number one requirements of a customer. And so from Qualcomm, our utilization of our dual sight, which we say powered by the term Spectra, provides that. Okay? And with that, I'm going to run a little video in the spirit of videos. Okay?
Thank you very much, Larry. So here's the Nokia 8, a flagship in design, experience, and performance. It features 3 industry firsts. Our first Zeiss imaging solution, the Nokia OZO audio, which delivers high-fidelity 360-degree audio surround capture, and then the dual sight, or Bothie. So now you can finally tell both sides of the story while it's unfolding. And in addition, it has been beautifully crafted to deliver one of the, if not the most powerful Android smartphone experiences out there in the industry. Can we play the video, please? If I can have Ajay join back. I'm going to attempt to take a Bothie now here since I have Larry and Ajay both with me. Let's see how this works. Bloom said cheese. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, with the brand? Sure.
Just show the back.
Oh, the back. You bet.
Bye. Back to you, Ajay. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so there you have it. The Nokia 8, bringing for the first time in the industry, the first 3 features that Pranav talked about. So number 1, the Carl Zeiss Optics. This is the first time we unveiled the Carl Zeiss Optics technology on our phones. Number 2, the dual sight technology that we have, the Bothie. And then the sound of Nokia OZO audio. Nokia 8 will be a first with all these 3 features packed in them. So, like I said earlier, we had made some commitments. And I had said that every phone that is made in India, which is sold in India, will be made in India. And that is true of Nokia 8 as well. Nokia 8 will be manufactured in India. What we also said that we will set up our Nokia Mobile Care services in India before we really launch or we take our proposition to the consumer. I'm very happy to announce that in the top 50 cities of the country, we will have a concierge service for Nokia 8, which means you can call a helpline and the phone will be collected from you, repaired, and delivered back to you. That is also a first from HMD Global. Ladies and gentlemen, on sale from October 14th at a market operating price of $36,999, the Nokia 8, which will be available in the offline channel and on Amazon.in. Ladies and gentlemen, the last piece or the last request that I have of you today. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for your participation. Thank you very much for giving us a warm reception. One last request is, be less selfie, be more Bothie. Thank you very much. Thank you. The demo